In this video I'm just going to run through how to use the playback menu on the Panasonic GH6. So we're just looking at the how you can sort of run back through videos or photos once you've taken them. So this kind of came about because somebody was asking me how they could see more info about the photos they'd taken. So they essentially were taking the pictures and then they just weren't getting any additional info. So if you come into the playback menu, so playback's just up here, so the little play icon up on there, click on that, that will take you back. The camera actually remembers the last picture you looked at generally, so if you've scrolled through 30-40 photos back, it will actually take you back to that picture. So it's generally going to go back to where you left off, which is quite a useful feature in a lot of cases. So yeah, if in this we've just got the image, and then if we press the display button, DISP down here, you can see we click it once, it gives us a little extra info, the date we shot it, the file number, and we've got a few bits down here. We've got the file format, we've got the exposure comp, f-stop, and the shutter speed as well. And if we do it one more time, you can see we get a bit more information again. So we've got the shooting settings that we had before, but now in this side we've also got things like focal length, we've got noise reduction on there. You can see if we we're locked onto 5 of 5 on that anyway. Sometimes you can get more information on these and it will let you actually scroll through them. So yeah, that's essentially what we've got on there. It's given us the lens that we shot it on, vignetting compensation and things like that. So you get a little bit more information again, and it tells you which card slot it was recorded to. And if we click it one more time, we're essentially just back to the photo. We skipped through a couple of pictures there just as I was trying to run through that menu. But yeah, you can essentially do the same. We'll run through actually now. So using the top wheel on the camera, that can take you through your photos quite quickly. And the same with the wheel, you can use the wheel as well. That will do the same thing. So the same if we're in this display mode, you can see I'm using the wheel, I'm using the top wheel. That's just taken us through, and again just the same with that one. I tend to usually have that on, and then it gives me an idea of at least some of the settings. It's not necessary, but you know, you can have it in whichever way you want. We did a different video actually about kind of managing and deleting files and all of that side of it, so I'll just link to that above. This is mainly just kind of using the kind of playback menu and how you would go through it. So this top wheel here is probably the most important one. So if we scroll right on that wheel, you can see we can zoom into our image, and we can actually, you can just touch it to move around, or you can use the wheel to kind of move around the image. So it's probably easier to just drag it around, but either way you can do. And you can zoom all the way up to 8 times into that, or sorry, 16 times that's taken us up to, and then back again to the image. And then if we go this way left on the wheel, this is quite useful. This takes us out to a kind of a wider menu where we can see 12 images each time. So you can then use the same thing. You can use the wheel to kind of jump through, or you can use the you can use that one to jump through as well. I don't have a second card in there, but on this bottom option you can actually click that. I don't have an SD card in there at the moment, so it's not usable, but if you use something like allocation recording, I'll leave a link up in the corner if you don't know what I'm talking about there, but if you use allocation recording, essentially it allows you to shoot videos to one slot and photos to another slot. So that's really useful there. So, you know, if you're, say, an event shooter or you shoot weddings or whatever it may be, it gives you a really quick way to jump into your photos or into your videos, and you can quickly scroll through and actually look at them without having to have them all in kind of one jumbled mess. So that can be quite useful if you do that. And again, that button there, it's generally the focusing menu, but in this it will allow you to jump between cards. You either press that or that one. That allows you to jump through them. And yeah, this just gives you an easier way to go through. And then if we do it one more time, you can see it jumps right out, and then you've just got like a obviously a really big kind of run of pictures that you can go right through. Depending on how many you shoot, you know, you might find it's adequate to just kind of go through one picture at a time, or you know, 16 or that many. I'm not going to count it. And then if you go out again, if we go left, this actually, for somebody that is, you know, they shoot pictures a lot and maybe they've just been left on the card, I generally find this is more of a for kind of personal use. You know, say you go on holiday, or you just use the camera now and then you pick it up when you do things like you go on days out and things like that. You can actually run through it by date, so you know, you can scroll through the months, and then you can actually pick days out. If you know where your picture was on a certain day, you can just go through and get it that way, which is quite useful really. And you can see some of these are actually highlighted and some aren't, so these days haven't been shot on this card essentially. So there are other cards obviously that probably were shot on, but it's not this one. So we can jump up a month. You can see there we've got some pictures, and here we can click on those, and essentially all you need to do is hit set and it will take you into those. And it's just a blank video, so not very useful, but yeah, it will just give you the ones from those days. If we jump into that one, for example, you can see we've got 4 there. There's a few videos and a photo. And this is generally just my test card for doing things. So I've just got, you know, it's just full of kind of junk shots, most of it. So it's there's nothing that useful in there. But yeah, that's just a really quick kind of run through of how you can, let's say you're out and about and you just really quickly want to find pictures. It's just a quick way of, you know, how you can get through them without having to trawl through like hundreds of pictures like this way, because it's really slow. So it's yeah, it's a useful way to do it. So yeah, hopefully you found that helpful. If you have, give the video a like. If you want to see more about the Panasonic GH6, then check out the playlist on this channel, and please subscribe.